The Hades clone.
Hades.
Vapor Jeeper here, aka the Beard.
And Nervous 666 the Troll.
What's going on, guys? Here to do our first review on the Hades clone. This one I have here is from Tobacco.
Mine's from Fast Tech. Like most people.
Alright, guys, what you see here, I have the Hades clone from Tobacco. On the Addy, I just have a Brass Monkey, which I'm sure we'll review in the future. It's a two-tone, which I believe is the version 2, and Nerva, yours
Mine's
is
just straight up silver the whole way through. Yeah, it doesn't
version 1. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how many they have now, but that's the mixed one, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. Well, anyway, just real quick, gonna just break it down for you guys, super quick here. Give you kind of a little bit of a close-up. You guys have probably seen reviews on it, but it's one to show you. This is the Tobacco version of the.
Mine has the silver on the bottom. His is the black.
The Hades here.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, just taking off the top cap here. Top cap has a floating center post with a knurled adjuster that you can pull out, and then it also has an adjusting ring with a spring-loaded pin.
Yep.
Which, if I were you, I would make sure your battery butts up against this second contact.
That's how I have mine set up, yeah. And then the bottom comes with, well, the Fast Tech one comes with 1 spring. You don't get any options. But Brandon, your Tobacco one comes with 3, which is...
Yeah, the Tobacco clone actually comes with your regular silver-plated spring, which is a revision of the original Hades mod. And this is basically a silver-plated spring, which makes the resistance of the button a little softer. It has the thicker spring already in there, and they're all pretty much universal. And then it comes with these hefty, fat, super strong magnets, which you can tell that they're beefy. And if you want a comparison to the Nemesis magnets, there's your good comparison of the size difference.
Yeah, and that's a lot harder to press.
Absolutely, and not to mention, a lot of people have talked about in the reviews about how they have voltage loss with their magnets, and I would say absolutely. I can tell that there is quite a bit of voltage loss when you're using these magnets. So that's the top switch. Pretty basic stuff here. You see all the venting in the tube. You can only put the battery in through the bottom.
Yep. It narrows
because
a little bit.
top is, yeah, the top is narrower than the bottom end.
The only difference between that and my spring is on my Fast Tech one, it has I cut off 1 loop off the top, so it makes it so much easier to push the button. Because it is, I loved it at first, and then after a couple of days, it starts getting a little bit, wearing on your fingers that you're pushing the button with. I mean, I was using 2 fingers. Now it's easy to press.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a lot easier. It has like we showed, the bottom fire button. Here's your inside silver-plated contact. You just push the button and the contact goes up and down unless you have the magnets, which it won't move because the magnets will be the actual resisting force. The brass ring you see here is the locking ring.
Yep.
Very good threading. I think the device overall, Nerva, what do you think about the threads on the overall?
We know this has been out for a little while, but this is our all-day vape right now. I could set it down, and I don't have to keep doing the locking ring on, off, which becomes a pain in the balls when you're trying to do stuff. So, I mean, this is my go-to mod. This is in front of me all the time. I can just pick it up and vape. I don't have to, locking ring or anything. I do have to constantly re-drip, but that's about it. I mean, you don't have to put a dripper on here, but because I had the Genesis on there, but it almost feels like a waste when you have the the drippers. So
yeah. So overall, I think the Hades is a win. The Hades clone is a win. I think that it vapes really well. My serial number is 281 from Tobacco, which probably means 8,281.
It is 0958 which is ironic because the person at the vape shop near me has one number less. And I was like, man, that's a weird coincidence. Fast Tech, we must have ordered at the same time.
Good old Fast Tech, gotta love it. Guys, these overall, my device here cost was $49.99 for 101 vape. Nervous, you said you got yours from Fast Tech. How much did it run at Fast Tech?
I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I'm sure we could go find out. So yeah,
So how
Fast
much was
Tech
your?
is right around $30, but now they have the gold and black version too, and they also have the mixed version like Brandon's. Then let's see, the regular stainless steel one's 30 and change. The mixed is 30. The black's 27 and change. The gold was for some reason is 26, and the polished brass is 26 and change. So I mean, for that price, one of my favorite mods, especially for the money.
Absolutely. I think hands down, I would say on an overall level of mods that you use consistently, I would say this is hands down one of my top favorites.
Yep.
Like Nerva said earlier, you sit it down. You don't have to turn the locking ring on and off. You just sit it down and vape. Just sit it down and vape. Sit it down and vape. And it performs consistently. Has a 26650 battery, in case we didn't mention that, and it just works. So here's a vape, and I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Nice.
Well, are you gonna put this as a blooper? Put it on the
Blooper? This is the best you've ever done.
Okay, ready? Or should I go?
I think you should. Yeah.
Perfect, dude.